Honest, it's the best assignment of the day, Jane.
Oh, my God. I can't believe I'm getting paid. But here's the deal, Morgan. Over 3.5 million Canadians come down here every year, and they spend over $6 billion. But since COVID hit, that's down 99%. And those snowbirds bold enough to come are being travel shamed back home by their fellow Canadians. And how crowded would this Broad Walk be on a normal February day?
Jam-packed.
Stephen Klein is with the local Marriott. Now, the border with Canada has been closed for months, but Canadians can still fly here, though few are. What's the difference in occupancy from last year to this year? Is it down how much?
Yeah, anywhere down from 30 to 50% occupancy.
In my complex, we're supposed to be at least 300 Canadian people. We 12 or maybe 13.
I've pretty much gone every January, February, or March, at least once and sometimes twice for probably the last 20 years.
Now, Jim Byers is a travel editor in Toronto, skipping his beloved Florida this year. He says most Canadians, trust their government when it says don't travel.
Well, to a lot of Canadians, going to Florida, it's almost our God-given right. And when that's taken away, it really seems unfair and maybe a little bit depressing for a lot of people.
Now, for those who do come down here, they're now upset because they just learned when they return the government's going to make them pay to stay in government quarantine hotels for 3 days till they get a negative COVID test. But guys, they have to go back eventually or they lose their Canadian health care. Back to you.
It's such a quandary. I mean, it's interesting, this idea of a God-given right? But it's my understanding also that some of the Canadian folks that have migrated down there in the midst of all this COVID stuff don't necessarily, that the restrictions on their travel visas have also been loosened so they can actually stay here a little bit longer. I would imagine that if that is the case, that would be an incentive, no?
They are asking.
Okay.
They are asking their provincial governments if they can extend so that they can still keep their health care. Usually depends where you are. 180, maybe 210 days. If you're out of the country longer than that, you lose your residency, you lose your health care, and that's a deal breaker.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.